In the year 2147, memories were no longer something people feared losing. They could be saved, stored, replayed, like books on a shelf. Every city had memory archives, quiet, climate-controlled buildings where people could deposit their most precious moments. A first love, a childhood summer, the last time they heard a parent's voice. But in the quiet district of Old Harbor, there was one person who did more than store memories. His name was Elias Moore. He was known as the Memory Keeper. Unlike the automated systems that cataloged and compressed human experiences into data, Elias listened to every memory personally before it was stored. He believed that memories weren't just information, they were living echoes of the soul. Every morning, Elias walked through the long, dim corridors of the archive. Soft blue lights pulsed along the walls, and glass orbs rested on floating shelves. Each orb contained someone's life fragment. He handled them gently, as if they could feel touch. One evening, long after the last visitor had left, a small wooden box appeared at the archive's entrance. No name, no return address. Inside was a single memory crystal, older than anything Elias had ever seen. Curious, he placed it into the playback console. The room darkened, and the memory began. He saw a world that did not exist anymore. Skies were clearer. Oceans shimmered without pollution. Cities were quieter, warmer, more human. Then the scene shifted. A young woman stood on a balcony overlooking a sunrise. She whispered softly, "If someone finds this, please remember what we used to be." Her voice carried sadness, but also hope. The memory ended. Elias sat in silence for a long time. That night he could not sleep. The next day he searched the archive's oldest records. No name matched the memory. No data logs referenced the woman. It was as if the memory came from someone erased from history. Over the following weeks, more mysterious memory crystals appeared at the archive's door. Each one showed a different moment. A child flying a kite in an empty field. A family laughing around a dinner table. A man planting a tree on a barren hillside. But something connected them. They all belonged to a time before humanity changed, before the Great Shift. Decades earlier, humanity had nearly destroyed the planet. Rising seas, burning forests, collapsed ecosystems. To survive, people rebuilt society around efficiency, control, and emotional restraint. Deep feelings were seen as dangerous. Nostalgia was discouraged. Looking backward was considered a weakness. But the memories Elias saw told a different story. They showed warmth, messy love, spontaneous joy. Humanity as it once was, imperfect, emotional, deeply alive. One night, as Elias replayed another memory, a message appeared in the visual field. Elias Moore, if you are seeing this, it means the archives still exist. He froze. The memory continued. The same woman from the first crystal appeared. We hid our memories because the world decided forgetting was safer than feeling. But forgetting is not survival. Forgetting is extinction. She paused. You are the last memory keeper. Protect what makes us human. The memory faded, and Elias understood something terrifying. These memories were not just personal keepsakes. They were a warning. As time passed, Elias noticed subtle changes in himself. He felt more. He dreamed more. He began to imagine a future where people could feel deeply again. But not everyone welcomed that idea. The Central Preservation Authority The organization controlling emotional regulation technology summoned him. A calm, synthetic voice addressed him. Your recent activity indicates exposure to emotionally destabilizing content. This is not recommended. Elias replied quietly, Humanity is not meant to live without its past. The past causes pain. It also creates meaning. Silence followed. Then the message ended. That night, Elias made a decision. Instead of hiding the memories, he would share them, not loudly, not rebelliously, but gently. He began embedding fragments of old-world memories into public dream networks, the systems people used for relaxation and sleep. As people slept, they began dreaming of fields, sunrises, laughter, rain on warm rooftops, small, harmless dreams, or so it seemed. Soon, people across the city reported something unusual. They woke up feeling nostalgic, inspired, softer. Some cried without knowing why. Others started planting gardens, calling old friends, watching sunsets again. The world did not collapse. It felt warmer. But the authority noticed. They confronted Elias one final time. You are reintroducing emotional unpredictability into society. Elias looked at the wall of memory orbs glowing softly behind him. I am reintroducing humanity. Humanity was inefficient. He smiled gently, but it was beautiful. Before they could shut him down, Elias released the final memory. The last message from the unknown woman. Her face appeared across every screen, every dream channel, every personal memory device on Earth. She spoke calmly. The future should not be built by erasing the past. If you feel sadness, it means you cared. If you feel love, it means you lived. If you remember, it means we still exist. Then the transmission ended. Years later, the archive became something new, not just a storage facility, but a sanctuary, a place where people came to reconnect with forgotten emotions. Elias grew older, walking slower through the halls. One evening he sat alone among the glowing memory orbs. He whispered softly, We did not lose ourselves. We almost did, but we remembered. As the lights dimmed, the memories shimmered quietly, like stars, like dreams, like proof that humanity, fragile, emotional, imperfect humanity, had survived, not by forgetting, but by remembering.